Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'da, habati fil assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A question was asked about who the Taifah Al-Mansoorah is, what are they, where are they, and how do we become like them? So all of this comes from the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and more specifically, a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like the hadith in which the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that you'll find in Bukhari and Muslim, where he said, لا تزال طائفة من أمتي دارين الحق لا يضرهم من خالفهم ولا من خذلهم حتى تقوم الساعة. He said, there won't cease to be a group from my nation that's on the truth. No one will harm them who differs with them or deceives them until the hour is established. So Taifah Al-Mansoorah can be anywhere, in any country. They can be in France, they can be in Germany, they can be in Sudan, they can be in Somalia, they are in Ethiopia, they are in Indonesia, they're in America, they're in the UK, they're in Canada, they're in Germany, they're in Saudi Arabia, they're in Sweden. Taifah Al-Mansoorah are just those who adhere to the book and the sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, according to the methodology of the Salaf of this ummah. And they're referred as a Taifah, this term of like a sect, if you will, or a group, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used the word Taifah or group in the hadith. He said, La tazal Taifah. There won't cease to be a group, meaning that there are good groups and bad groups. And as the Prophet ﷺ mentioned in the hadith of Iftiraq as well, that there would be, that his ummah would break into 73 sects, all of them in the fire except one. And then he said, who are they, Ya Rasulullah? Those who are upon what I'm upon, what my companions are upon. Meaning they're not restricted to a place. They're not just in Syria. They're not just in Japan. They are everywhere. There is people who believe in the book, who believe in the sunnah, who try to practice it with the understanding of the Salaf of this ummah. And that is where the Taifah Al-Mansoorah exist. As far as how to be from them, it requires study. It requires sincerity to Allah. It requires that you make the Quran and the Sunnah and the understanding of the Salaf your source of judgment, that you are trying to adhere to the divine sources and the divine methodology, that methodological approach that the Prophet ﷺ based that foundation for us to follow, and his companions radiyallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in, being the ru'us salaf, the heads of the salaf, that they adhered to. And that's how we know and understand, and we try to put ourselves on that scale and try to adhere to that methodology, that creed, that way of a suluk and manners and ways of dealing with one another and the creation.